Hi, my name is Adrian. In this video, I want to talk to you in a simple way about gender, equality, and human rights. I know these words can sound boring and complicated, but they are a part for our normal life every day. When I arrived to my first gender and society class, I was a little confused. I thought it I was class only about women's problems or about feminism in a very radical way. I also thought that more or less men and women already had to the same opportunities. For me, and discrimination were things from the past, not from my present. But in class, we started to see real examples. We talked about how many women do the housework and also have a job, but people often say it's a normal and do not value that effort. We say that many people from the LGBT community suffer bullying in school, in the street, or even near their own family. We read about how stereotypes tell you that real men do not cry, or that a good woman must always be quiet and nice. I really said that I had believed some of these ideas to without think about them. Little by little, my acknowledge started to change. I understood that gender is not only biological sex, it is the roles, expectation, and rules that society puts on use. These rules can limit what we can do, what we can study, how we can rest, or how we can love. I also learned that feminism is not hating men. Feminism is asking for the same rights, the same value, and the same respect for a people without buildings and without discrimination. Something very important for me was to connect gender with human rights. Human rights, I say that every person has dignity and that nobody you should suffer violence, humiliation, or exclusion. When a girl cannot study because she must heal and home, her human rights are affected when a boy is attacked because he is gay. His human rights are affected when a woman is not promoted in her job only because she is pregnant. Her human rights are affected. So gender is not a small topic. It is a lens to see where our society is still unfair. Maybe you are thinking, oh, but this is not my problem. I don't hit enjoy. I am not a bad person. I understand you. I also talk like that am beginning, but in class we learn that the problem is not only big acts of violence, small comments, jokes, and attitudes also help to keep me just a live. For example, laughing when someone makes a sexist joke, or saying that boy uh, who cries is weak, or you think you buy clothes. These are small things, but together they create an environment where many people do not feel safe or respect. The good news is that we can change this step by step. We do not need to be famous activists to start. We can begin in our one space, in your family, with your friends, at school, at work, on social media. In my family, I can start by sharing the housework and not leaving everything to the woman. I can listen when someone talks about situational violence instead of saying you're exaggerating. I can respect the identity and way of dressing of each person if it is different from mine. With my friends, I can stop making or laughing and sexing or homophobic jokes. I can say that is not funny in a calm but firm way. I can support my friends when they want to study or work in areas that are not typical for their gender. At university, in my future job, I can pay attention to who speaks in meetings, who makes decisions, who receives the credit. If I see that woman or the other groups are always silent or ignorant, I can give them space to talk and support their ideas. I can ask for career roles about harassment and discrimination in my school or company. I can also inform myself more, read, listening, and learn from people with experience different from mine. I know that sometimes this topic can feel uncomfortable. It shows us that maybe we were wrong in some ideas or that we had privilege and others did not have. If you're watching this and you are not feminist or you don't believe much in your gender equality, I do want to fight with you. I only want to invite you to serve a world with new eyes. Look at the stories of the woman around you. Look at the experience of community people, of people with disabilities, of people from different social classes or editing groups. Ask yourself if they already have the same opportunities as you. Ask yourself if some rules that we see as normal are in a fact unfair. Gender equality and human rights are not an attack against you. They are a way to build a more safe, fair society for everyone, include you. In the world with more equality, you can also be more free to be you who you are, without stereotypes that control you. So my final message is simple: listen, learn, and question. Respect people who are different from you. Use your voice when you see something on fire. Small actions in many people can create big change. Thank you for watching this video and for giving a chance to this conversation about gender and human rights. Thank you.